FPV Cowboys presents Infinite FPV.
Welcome back to the FPV Cowboys Drone Club podcast. Today we got Infinite FPV. He is going to tell us all about his drone experiences, and we're going to tell a little bit about ours. So say hi to everybody, Infinite.
Hey,
So Infinite, how long have you been flying drones, and like how has everything been since the start until now?
um, so I think I got my first setup at I think February of this year. Um, had been in the simulator for a little bit before that. Oh, not a little bit, probably like a year, but half of that was on a really bad simulator that I won't recommend to anybody because it was free and probably like made by somebody who doesn't fly.
Right.
Um, but I don't know. So when I started out, it was winter, and that meant that every crash I had to unplug and let the snow melt from it, and I couldn't really make too much progress then. So that kind of sucked. But I mean, now, FPV is great. I don't know what to say. Like, there's so much in this, and I mean, like,
It's awesome, man. And yeah,
yeah,
it's like you said, it's like when you was talking to me about it, that just the freedom of it, and just
yeah,
the difference of perception, like coming from, we're used to walking around this and that, maybe even driving cars, and people who want to go fast usually hop in cars, but nobody's really thought of, like, well, let me take it to the air,
Right.
yeah,
I did.
Of course.
Ever since I was a child, man, I was like, if I could trade
yeah.
places with those birds, man, I just want to get up there. I just want to fly something.
Well, I've seen some pilots say if they wanted to fly, they'd be a bird, but instead they build and fix drones.
That's right.
That's right. And what do you say? Build them, fly them, crash them,
Build them, fly them, crash them, build them again.
Yeah.
Fly them,
Yeah,
crash them
yeah,
again.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I seen that you went from. So what was your first drone? Was it the Air 75, or did you have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was the air. Well, first drone. I mean, I had some like cheap camera drones.
Yeah, us too.
But I mean, kind of everybody had those. They suck.
Yeah,
But
definitely do.
my first FPV drone was the Air 75.
Okay. Yeah, I just this one. I finally got the. I'm gonna throw it everywhere. Ah. I finally got the Air.
Is that the version 2 or?
It's the version 2.
Yeah.
It's a lot lighter. She is a bullet. This.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! I first flew it and I was like, "Holy crap! This thing is so fast."
Yeah, I have in my rate settings, I have an 80% throttle limit so that I was never at its full power and I had more throttle control. I still do that.
I need to do that with this one, because I went and changed the PID tuning, because like when I first started flying it, I like to go to center on the throttle stick and kind of just
For a hover point.
yeah, just kind of for not even
Yeah.
just a hover point. It's just like the sweet spot.
Right.
And I was under center, like I was almost like a little bit out of the dead zone, and it was just flying. I was like, oh, I got to change this. And then I don't. One thing I haven't liked is that, what was so great about the Meteor is that you can change the camera angle if you want to stay steady. With this thing, you're anchored, and there's not much you can do about it. I've looked.
You can change the canopy angle. It's just it doesn't go very low without mod.
Yeah, I think it's like
I think 30 degrees or 25 or something.
that's what it is. And I'm used to, like, on the simulator, and I kind of do it with the Meteor. I try to eyeball it on the simulator, the liftoff simulator, which is it works pretty good. It's like $18 though. I usually fly at 30 degrees.
Yeah, but a tiny kind of want to fly nearer to things, and it's just yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I like going fast with it, so 30 degrees has been my sweet spot. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really like it too low.
No, like for him, he's got to have and the lower anger is good for like cinematic
Yeah.
stuff, and same thing for the Meteor, shooting cinematic stuff. But I'm like you, I like trying to freestyle and trying to hit some gaps, and stuff like that. I get envious of you because that park that you film at is
Oh, awesome.
it's perfect. I haven't found a park
Yeah.
nowhere around here that has anything like what you got.
Mhm.
I'm there right now, actually.
You said
I'm
what?
at the park. I have my drone stuff. I'm at the park right now. Just flew a few packs, and not on the playground area because there's people there, but I've been in the field.
Okay. So you just built a new drone, right?
Yeah.
Is it bigger? Is it like a 3 inch or so or
Yeah, so it's a 3-inch single cell toothpick. I named it the Nutricula.
nice, nice.
So that's named after a jellyfish, the Turritopsis nutricula.
Oh,
So it's in the same family as the immortal jellyfish, but this one can't age reverse as well, or at all. I don't know, but it can repair parts of its body. So that's kind of symbolic to this drone, how it like keeps getting up back in the air. Um, so yeah, that's cool. But basically, what I did was I took the flight controller, camera, and whatever antenna and batteries from the Air 75, and I put them on a completely new frame. Um, and I got new motors and new props. And it's somehow you would expect that taking the same batteries and putting them on a larger drone would just like hurt performance, and because it's drawing way more power than the batteries were meant for. But it's the opposite. You get actually more flight time, more power, more efficiency. And it's like I have had more flight time with using the bigger stuff. Um, and then if you look up the stuff, if you look it up, yeah, you'll see everything talking about that, but it's not what you'd first think.
right.
Right. I know you impressed me with your builds, man. I was keeping up with your when you had a motor go out and you were swapping motors and stuff, man. I love that stuff. So I think
Yeah, see, that was kind of dumb because so I had the Air 75 version 1,
Right.
and like that's still a very good whoop, and a lot of people were recommending the Air 75 when that was still in V1. But my motors, the shafts kept breaking. And I was talking with like Tyrant's server. Do you know Tyrant?
Not really.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, he's that's where I started FPV, from his Discord server. But I was talking around there, even on like the iGao server, and like nobody has seen a motor shaft break once, and I've broken 3 of them. Um, so these motors just kind of suck. So I've gone through 5 motors now, 3 of them being shaft breaks, and I was like, I have a few choices. Do I keep getting the same shitty motors, and then I have to spend like some money, but it'll be an easy replacement? Or do I spend the same amount of money and have to replace all 4 motors, which would be annoying? And then at that point, you're kind of just building a new drone. So if you get new frame and new props, that's it.
right.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Cool.
So the motors that were on the Air 75,
Yeah.
see, these are the 0802 22,000 kilowatt, the beta FPV versions. Are those the same?
Yeah, so the one that I had was the same, except it was the older version of that, the 0802 SE.
Okay.
And I think it was also 2300.
Okay. I know with the
No, it might have been less. It might have been like 2100, but or 21,000, I mean.
I know with these newer ones with the new Air 75s, I don't know if you've looked into them, but they offer 3 packages now, and
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, they offer different motors, and then this is the freestyle version because I didn't want the race version because I'm glad I didn't because this thing's already a bullet. And then I looked at the champion, it is a dual ball bearing 2400 or 25,000, and I'm like, oh godly, I'm glad I didn't get those.
Yeah, and also the lower power one is a little better when you're still learning because it has longer flight times.
Right.
The
Yeah.
champion's just like more expensive, and you have to know what you're doing to use it.
Yeah, I wasn't going for it. I was like, I told him, I was like, if I really wanted them champion motors, I would just get this one because that one was like $100, and it's already ready to go. You just buy and fly, and that's pretty
Yeah.
much what it was. I found and flew, and it was incredible. I was impressed with it. It was just like, man, I'm glad I didn't go for that champion because it would have been more money for something that I couldn't control. Even if I did tone it down or whatever, it would just been insane. This one's already a bullet, and I'm still trying to get used to it. I do like it for its response. Like, so you cut it, it cuts. You power loop, it power loops.
Oh yeah.
You're not struggling, and it's really nice.
Well, I'm new to the PID tuning thing. I always knew it was there, but I'm not. I'm
Oh,
not
I
nowhere
haven't
near
really
as
looked into
savvy as you
that.
guys. So
I haven't really done any tuning on this new drone or the old one. I just use defaults. Other than some limits so that I don't burn anything while I'm still testing if the flight controller can handle it. Because the old Air 75 one was rated for like 5 amps max, and then the one that you have is rated for 12 amps, and my motors might be able to draw higher than that. So um I have some limits, but so far I haven't even seen it come close to the rating, so it might bump that up.
Okay.
I know when you changed the ratings, you kind of showed me on the simulator how you were changing the ratings, and then you changed them on the what was it, the Meteor you changed it on?
Yeah.
Wow, huge difference. It's
Yeah.
got me thinking I might want to change some rates and stuff and some PID tuning on my Pavo a little bit.
Well, rates and tuning are different, but
Right. Okay, yeah, your rates and tuning are different. Got you.
Yeah. So like with the tuning, like I was telling you with the tuning, beta flight, when you go to the tunings, you go to it was like the rates profile.
Yeah.
And on there you can change different presets that they already got.
Okay.
So that's all I did with the Meteor is that I went to the quick preset, which had like higher tunings to it or higher rates on like different yaw or like different yaw rates, different roll rates, different pitch rates. And then he probably knows more, but I did realize that different rates led to the motors responding different.
Right.
And the first thing I learned is that when I had it on the quick or no, the actual profile and whatever they had set up, I noticed it was dropping quick. And then whenever you do a turn, she would sway through it really hard. Even if you're throttling up, she's still turning. Like she's still swaying through it. But once I changed to the quick profile, which is higher than the actual, whenever I would turn, she would turn and get like you've seen. Or if I did a power loop and I came down, if I did power loop right and I was dropping, she would catch herself and wasn't fluttering so much. She would actually drive through. So it was a big change. And then like you said, I think you said it, that crown and stuff to the Meteor, it was a big difference. That 4 grams or however many it was made it so much lighter. And I was like, well, dang it. He was right. I should have just took those off and never put them on.
Right.
no. I mean it's useful for durability, but for back to rates, I haven't tried the other rates. I've just been using actual, and I mean it feels fine. What's your middle and max for?
So middle, I don't really know. I know on this one, when I looked at the Meteor, one thing it didn't have was hover point. This Air 75 on the PID tuning has a hover point. And then mid, I guess mid is just if you're in the middle of your throttle, it's telling how much throttle to push or whatever. Other than
Well,
that,
no, for the rates for your turning or whatever.
oh, I could not tell you. I don't remember. I do have them saved in my phone. And I'll tell you what I got for the Meteor right now. Let me pull them up real quick. If my phone will not to respond, here we go. Let me pull it up. Let me see. That's okay. I went with what when I was playing on Liftoff. I went with what Liftoff had, and I went to quick profile. And for roll, the RC rate's all set at 1. My max rate's 7 at all of them are set at 670 or 670. The Expo, all of them set at 0.7. The mid is set at 50 and the end set at 100.
Yeah, I don't know that kind of rates. I know my like actual in like degrees per second. Um,
Yeah, it says mine says for the meteor is 680 degrees per second. For
for your max.
let me see. I'm trying to pull it up. I didn't only took
Yeah.
those pictures, but I
Yeah.
see on like my curvature rate it's saying right in the left hand corner. Let me see if I can get it kind of show. I don't know. It probably won't focus.
It's really blurry.
Yeah, it won't really show. But I know on the it shows your curvature of like your throttle and yaw and all that stuff. It says it's telling in the left hand corner that it's 680 degrees per second.
Okay.
Now the Air 75, I forgot which one I went with. I think it was I can't remember. I can't remember. But I think it was this one with the center sensitivity. So like even on liftoff, everything changed. The center sensitivity was all set to 200. The max rate was set to 670. The expo was changed to 0.57. And pretty much it gave me the same degrees per second as the meteor did. But my mid was set to 50. Expo was set to 100. And then, like I said, for some reason on this Air 75, they did a hover point and it was set at 50. So I didn't know what that was. I know I turned it to 0 and it showed that throttle line. Usually it's just a straight line through the screen. It showed a flat spot and then about halfway through it shot up. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that.
You might be more interested in a throttle expo.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pay attention to that. I haven't got in. I looked a little into what each one of them means, but I never got into them. I just usually like try out a tuning and see how it responds. If I like it, cool, I'll go with it. If not, I'm like, yeah, let me try turning this down or something, see what this changes.
Yeah. So my rates are actually pretty high. So like I heard you saying like what 200 and 670 was that one preset you used. I think mine is like 430 mid and like 1200 max. Maybe higher. But like when I'm using a mouse or controller or anything, I don't like moving my hand much at all. So like my mouse is at like 4000 DPI.
Okay.
And for this, I keep, like I said, center at like 430. So I really don't move too much when I'm doing most flying. And then I still have that max speed of 1200 or whatever to do some flicks.
Right.
Uh,
That's interesting. So you're kind of like you like high sensitivity.
Yeah, high sensitivity with a lot of precision. Even though I have shaky hands, I find that this is much easier than low sensitivity.
No, and that's a learning curve for me because that's you got me pondering if I should try that because like I said,
Well, Joshua Bardwell did a video, like, I think it's titled Find Your Perfect Rates with Science. And it's basically like going in the simulator. He tells you how to find each of the three numbers for rate. And I did that and I found that I like it high.
okay. We'll have to look that video up. I'm glad you said that. I knew it'd be good to talk to him.
Yeah, of course. It's obvious that you two know a lot more about this than I do. I should make a separate club called Caveman FPV because that's more like what I am. I'm like caveman, make drone fly, caveman fly drone. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So, but it's something I would like to play with too. Cause see, I got shaky hands. Like with soldering and stuff, I'm terrible at soldering because my hands are super shaky.
Oh yeah, my hands are shaky too, but I found that I just rest my wrist on the table and keep the drone low, and I can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's something I definitely want to mess around. I've seen that same video, Find Your Perfect Rates by Science. I like that. I need to try that myself and see if I can find some better rates for me. Because I mean, everything on the Pavo is set normally, but I know I'll probably be set a little different from you guys because I'm doing kind of cinematic stuff and y'all are balls to the wall freestyle. genius
Yeah.
monsters.
Well, I keep on telling you, you gotta remember, you got a 2-inch drone there. He's
Yeah.
running a 3-inch, and
Right.
and like I tell you, it's like prop washing
Oh.
on a boat.
Yeah.
The bigger the prop, the more you ever seen rooster tails?
Oh yeah. Well, you've seen how mine does. If I come down really fast,
Oh, yeah.
it washes out super quick.
So what I'm getting at is
Kind of the opposite, honestly. Because
where I was going to get at is that I've learned from what I've seen and what I've experienced. I know not everything's the same with the simulator, but it was like the bigger the drone, like the bigger the props, depending on how the drone's built and stuff and how it's set up. But the bigger the props is, sometimes you lead to more control. And with these smaller drones, I've learned that you can get out of control really quick too.
Yeah.
And then, like on the liftoff simulator, the Air 75 I run on there is just a twin blade. This one's a triple or tri blade. But I was thinking, like, maybe that's why I can't find the right tuning compared to that is because this one's using twin blades, which is probably a way different, like, it's probably a way different feel in real life if you have just a twin blade versus a tri blade or so.
I tried 2-blade and 3-blade on the Air 75, and so 2-blade was default, right? And I mean, it was all right, and then 3-blade, it's not like as easy to switch to as you'd think because it does behave differently. But it was definitely better, and it certainly sounds better because it spins slower, so it's a lower pitch. But I think my 3-blade were like really tight on the shafts, and that could have led to why it was breaking more often. And then I switched back to 2-blade, and it still broke. So I don't even know.
Well, I wanted to say too on that, man, you go pretty hard in the paint too. So
Yeah, for sure.
you're pretty. I love watching your videos because man, you it's like no fear. You're going for it. It's like he says, watching them.
Oh no, I have fear. I just take things a little slowly until I can do them.
Oh,
Right.
I got you. Well, looking at your videos, the first thing I thought was like, man, this guy's brave. I just
Yeah.
bought this drone. And I'm so scared to even let it touch the ground.
Oh, that's how I am. I'm super scared. I'm like, oh god, oh god. I'm
That's how I was, but now that like you crash a few times and you're like, it's still working, and then you're like, oh wait, you know what? I can crash this thing harder.
right.
Yeah, well, I was telling him because he sent me a thing today because he got the Pavo, right? And then he sees a post that they came out with a new edition that's a 4S. And he was like, what the hell?
Every time I buy
4S
something,
Tiny
I make a
Whoop?
cooler one.
You said what?
4S Tiny Whoop.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Pavo. I mean,
It's the Pavo. It's the Pavo Pro. What was it? Pavo 20
it's the
Pro
Pavo
2?
20 Pro 2, but now they have a 4S version, so you can get the 3S like mine or the 4S version. And I think the only other thing that it comes with is like the GPS mount and the little beeper mount or something
Well,
like
it
that.
comes with a new flight controller.
Well, yeah, it does have a flight controller that'll handle the 4S or whatever. But I wondered that when I first got it. I was like, what batteries? Because I've seen some guys on there that were kind of like adapting theirs and building theirs for a 4S. But I think that was before they came out with this. So now I just don't know. But every time I buy something cool, they immediately, like the next day, come out with something cooler. So
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt with the Air 75, and then like 2 months later, the Air 75 V2.
right.
Well, did you see the what are they called? Dang it! I seen them come out. They were like limited edition. They're Air 75
Wisp?
Wisp. I was
Wisp.
like, dude, oh my god, those look so cool. But I never got what the difference was between like the OG one.
It's the frame. The frame is just glow in the dark or something.
Oh, I mean that'd be pretty cool. But I mean,
Yeah, apparently though they're less durable because it's just a different type of plastic.
Oh yeah. So when I got this thing, I noticed real quick that they went with a very, very squishy frame with this
Mhm.
thing. So
It just bounces off stuff.
yeah, I've crashed it a couple of times, and every time I hit something, it just bounces off and flies away. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Usually with the meter, you hit something, it's boom to the ground.
I've been messing around with our 3D printer a little bit, trying to print some stuff. And, we tried some stuff in
Let me show them.
PLA, and then we tried some stuff in PETG. And I'm like, maybe we should try some stuff in, I think it's, what do they call it? PTG or something that's the flexible filament. And I'm trying to think about
you?
making some parts out of flexible filament so they'd be more forgiving.
Yeah, he made a cooler for the Pavo.
Oh yeah, that thing's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's crazy how
It's
quick
right over the top.
this 04 air unit heats up.
Oh man, this thing heats up quick.
yeah.
You could roast marshmallows over this. Yeah, it just snaps right on the top, and then it keeps it cool while I got it plugged up, programming stuff and everything. Little stuff like this, great, but I'm in the future. I'm interested in like trying to print some stuff because I found some 3D print files as of today. That's like this guy's got the whole 3D print file. It's like 20 different parts that you have to print, but it's not a drone now. But it's like the what do they call the drones? The rocket drones or whatever. It's like it looks like a rocket.
Oh, yeah.
The four blades. on
I know the
bottom.
one.
I've been looking at those.
Yeah.
Those seem pretty cool, and he kind of showed a video of him printing one out and making it or whatever. So that's just something in the future I want to try. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know that if I crash it, it's gone. It's gonna do.
Yeah, they're not much for like their only purpose is to go fast in a straight line. They don't really
Right.
do much else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to tell you that I wanted you and Vanek. He didn't get to make it. He was at work.
Oh,
I really
yeah.
wanted him to join because he's built like several drones. He's got his own. He loves his 5-inch, which he's kind of sad right now because he went to Mexico and he was going to try to get some footage.
Oh god, yeah.
And it somehow something happened and the drone went down over the water and crashed into the
Ooh.
water. So he got it back,
Ooh.
but he said everything's destroyed on it. So, but I really wanted you to meet him and talk to him because he's built like, I don't know, 4 or 5 drones and repaired several like Radio Master controllers and repaired headsets and stuff. He's very knowledgeable in all the building stuff.
I think he builds and resells the Radio Master
Yes.
boxers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the pockets too. He's done a couple pockets. He's
Right.
done a couple TS-15s. He was the one that helped me. He was helping me figure out his drone because when I got his drone, I binded to it, and when I went to go fly it, it just kept flipping over.
Yep.
And he was running me through everything, and finally, I watched Joshua Barwell talking about an upside down flight controller, and that you have to tell that thing that you're upside down, and also you got to tell the motors that are also upside down that hey, that upside down order is not the correct no more. You have to flip the drone right side up and order them that way, and that's what ended up fixing it. But I was like, I would have never known that, but unless Joshua Barwell told me.
Right.
But where I was going to get at is that I'm looking to build. I think it's a 3-inch. It's called the Armatin Gecko 3.
No.
What was that?
I don't know that one.
It's a pretty. If I can ever find a picture of it again, if a complete build, I'll send it to you. It's one I discovered while playing. So there's liftoff micro drones, which is the whoops and stuff, and then there's regular liftoff, which does like competitions and all that, and you can completely build a drone from scratch. And the one I fell in love with was the Gecko, and that thing you can ask him like that was the one video you seen. You was like, oh wait, that's actually pretty good. Now go do it in real life. That was the drone I was using was the Gecko.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, it's if I build it like I did in the game, it's super floaty, which I like floaty. I really don't like them dropping. I like having that respawn time as it, floats.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna
That's
get back.
how-
You said what?
That's how my new drone is compared to the Whoop, which just stops dead when you cut the throttle. But this one, I've been able to like cut throttle and go upside down and just glide across.
Wow. See, I've noticed with the Pavo, there might be something I could change in settings or whatever. Even when we were at the park the other day, if I punch up, like to do a flip or something, and I don't do the flip, I just punch up. When I go completely no throttle, it just gets wobbly like this. I mean, when it falls, it's wobbly. Like it comes all.
Yeah,
so it doesn't act like
that's
the
just
other
tuning.
drones. Right.
Yeah. I think you could do some tuning, but you got to get another motor.
Yeah. I burnt my motor out.
He burnt one of his motors out.
It was like 2 weeks. I had it for like 2 weeks, 1 week. Something.
I fought it for 3 days to get that sucker to fly, and within 2 weeks, that sucker burns out a motor.
That was my fault though. It's like it got out of range, and I should have just took off on the golf cart to go get it. But instead, I took off on foot, and I'm fat, and I don't run fast. So it was on the ground, and it had one piece of pine straw was wrapped around the motor, and so the motor was trying to spin, I guess, because it was still armed up for some reason. And so it just burnt that one motor out. But it is what it is. We got more coming.
Yeah.
I'll have spares next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried taking it apart and rebuilding it, but the motors he's got is dual ball bearing.
Yeah.
And I want to say that he either burnt up the power cord to it or he had to burn something electrical because the ball bearings were still spinning freely. They didn't feel like they had no pitting to them or anything like that. All the magnets on them were clean. There was nothing in them. And whenever you go to try it, it would do weird stuff, and then eventually the flight board would go into fail-safe mode and tell it to stop.
Right.
So I was like, dang, I wish I could repair it, but I don't know nothing about the electrical side of it, and that stuff's way too tiny to try to work on.
Yep.
Yeah, I look at it like FPV's about like when I used to ride motocross. You're a fool if you don't go out there with extra tires and all kinds of extra stuff because you're gonna break stuff. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've started carrying around a screwdriver and screws.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got our whole backpack full of everything that you could ever possibly want to work on drones. My little electric screwdriver set and everything. Now I got a portable soldering iron and stuff. God forbid I ever have to use that out in the real world.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
But it's there if we need it. So I mean, but like I said, I get more kicks sometimes out of fixing them than I do flying them. But it apparently
Oh, yeah, that's
I be fixing
fun.
them more than I fly them now because I crashed too much.
I found it fun.
You guys should try it. You guys should try building from scratch because that was such an experience. I mean, it's not even that hard, and it's just the final result is the feeling is great. Just creating something like that
Yeah.
and then using it.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
I see why guys love building project cars now.
Oh, right.
I'm serious because it's like, oh man, when this thing runs, it's gonna tear the road up.
Oh, yeah.
And then they break something.
Well, it's like I was explaining to Jordan with the tuning and stuff. My friend Jordan, he's real into like plugging into cars and getting his readouts on his Alltel scanner about everything that the car is doing. And I'm like, dude, these drones are like the same way. You can plug them in. It's like a drag race car. You take it down the quarter mile. If it's not quite doing what you want it to do, you just tune it on the computer and it changes everything.
Right.
So I like how this hobby allows you to, like Infinite here. I mean, he built his own from scratch, from the ground up. That's something to be proud of, man.
I was super proud for him because
Yeah.
when I seen the video, you was talking about, dang it, this drone just keeps on breaking on me, this and that. And I could see that you like disappeared for a few days, and the next thing I know, I see a video of you going new drone build. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Word? Let me see this shit.
That's right. Yeah, I'm looking to try to build me one for long too. I was actually looking at the toothpick frames like you were talking about. And those look pretty cool, like 3-inch toothpicks.
Mhm.
That looks like a
Yeah.
pretty sweet build.
Yeah. Well, heck yeah. I mean, I think there's, other than that, I mean, the experience, if we were to tell people, the experience is something that you've got to get into.
Oh,
like,
man.
it's whether you freestyle, race, or, cinematic, it's way too fun. And it's like you said, the funnest part is just building them and getting to
Right.
know them, getting to tune them and stuff like that. It's just, it's, wow. Yeah.
But like, I think I've said this before, and I think you said this a little bit, but like the feeling of flying it's incredible. Like especially with this new drone because it's so much more powerful than what I had, and like I know you said in one of your first podcast things, get your kids into FPV because they won't have any money to do drugs or anything.
That's right.
But like the feeling of flying is probably better than any drug.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
It's incomparable to anything else. I love
Oh
it.
yeah, it's that it might only be for 3 minutes at a time, but
Right.
I mean, if you were to look at it, that's anything anyways. Drink a beer, you get a buzz. It lasts for a little while, and then you're drinking another one. Smoke a joint, get a buzz. You have to smoke another one. Do whatever drug you want to do. Even getting into the lustful affairs of thing, getting with a woman for a night. Oh, great. It was fun for the night. Well, now I want to do it again the next night.
And all good things must come to an end, but the FPV thing, man, is the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Even when you tear it up, you take it home, tear it down, and rebuild it. Oh man, I get an adrenaline rush off of just tearing them apart and building them.
Yeah. And it's like, if you're going to spend your money on anything, spend your money on something that keeps on going.
Right.
It's like I said, project car. You could build a project car right now, and your son could work on it,
Yeah,
and then their sons could work on it. You
Mhm.
know, it's the same thing with these drones. And by the time they get to our age, this stuff is going to blow up and be way bigger. You know.
Well, it's like when I was growing up, like I just told you today, when I was like, what, 12, 13 years old, the only thing I wanted was a radio controlled helicopter. That was it, because that was like the coolest crap you could get back then. They didn't even
You've
have
seen,
drones
like,
back then.
you've seen like the 3D helicopter stuff.
Yeah, I tried those actually. I had one 3D helicopter, and not for me, man, not for me. I can't remember where I got that one. I think my uncle sold it to me for really cheap, but I took it up for like 2 seconds and it just flipped over and immediately crashed. So that was screwed.
Dude, what headset do you got there?
It's the Cobra SD, but so a lot of people aren't recommending that anymore.
I know I seen
'Cause
the dang it, what would they call it? It's box HD Zero box.
Yeah, yeah, HD Zero Box Pro or Box, whichever one.
I've been looking at the Pro. They're expensive, but from what I've seen, they're the best of both worlds.
I mean, I've seen that, but it doesn't have diversity for analog. It only has diversity for HD Zero.
Okay. And then like,
But my goggles. So do you know, like, I think the YouTuber name is like Nixvo or something, but he did latency tests of a whole bunch of goggles, and my goggles were like at the bottom of the list, really high latency.
okay.
I think close to DJI latency actually, which kind of sucks because it's analog and it should be fast. But when I bought them, they were $150, and the EV800D is like 120. So this wasn't that much difference. And this one has a very good diversity unit in it, the SkyZone Steady View, for the price at least. So I might not have good latency, but at least for analog, I have decent quality.
Okay.
Still, I'd rather lower latency, but a good headset's going to cost like $600. So
Yeah.
I haven't even spent that much money in the hobby yet.
Right. Yeah. But it's like if you want the experience, if you want like I guess you can call it, you can still get the experience no matter what. Like I'm using these dang beta FPV ones for that sucker, and
Yeah.
right. It's like you said, the latency's there, and it's more.
You get you
static.
started and get you out flying.
Yeah, it's more static than it is anything. But I mean, to get the job done. But it's like I was telling him, I found it on Facebook Marketplace. This guy had, I can't remember which fat sharks they were, but they were pretty much like the ones that go over your eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this guy is selling them for like, what was it, like $70?
Yeah, that's the one you sent me. 70 something.
What?
And I was like, dude, I should go for them. They're still there, and I might get them soon, just to see the difference between, just.
Oh yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah. The heck yeah.
I mean, the goggles you have, the Beta FPV, what, VR04 or whatever,
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
VR4s, I think.
they have pretty good or pretty low latency, but they don't have any diversity. It's just that one antenna, and that kind of sucks quality.
Yeah, well, the digital ones I got. Let me see.
Yeah, I was even wondering about the DJI N3 goggles that I got. You know, they make the analog module that goes on them. I was kind of wondering about trying one of those out just to see on your drone if you could get some better.
See, I got these, and these are for digital, but the thing is that they're beta FPV and they go through ArtLink. So I think I can only connect them to whatever beta has that's digital, which is sucks, but I mean it gives good quality, and
Yeah.
it's low latency too. I don't really get much lag out of these. I get pretty good range and stuff. They work pretty good.
Yeah, the plane was a super fun build for us. That was one that we just come out of nowhere.
Oh, I haven't seen a video on that yet.
Yeah, there it is.
That thing is awesome.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of scrapped together, but I mean, it works,
Yeah, he had bought the CO3 camera unit, which came with this rosebud type of antenna. Which it really, honestly, I think it gives good range, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you took it all the way to the field.
Yeah.
Probably right hand, so I mean, your whoops might be linear.
Yeah,
Right.
they are. So I ended up got curious, and so for anybody who wants to know, these things you can find them on Amazon.
Yeah, like $25.
They're $26.99, I think, so like $27, and it's the CO3.
3-in-1, baby.
It's a 3-in-1 and like tiny little camera, but it's super easy because it just comes with power cord and little antenna. You can get different antennas, but yeah, it's just a little it's just a little camera and a little antenna and a power.
Yeah, I have the Air 75. I think has the CO3 on it.
Yeah. Or is this one? I think it's CO3. But I was looking at it, and it also comes with this pigtail too, so you can. We basically for that plane, we soldered these two wires together because we remember what you said that soldering gives you way better connectivity and way better power. So
for camera, it doesn't really matter as much, but for motors, it does.
Okay.
Right.
Well, keep that in mind. But yeah, we snipped this end off, and I just ended up soldering that straight to the circuit board to that thing, and bam, it worked.
You did you do direct solder on your new build, Infinite?
Yeah, because it's the same flight controller.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was thinking that because that's the other
Yeah.
thing. The new Air 75 2, if you get the Champion, it's only solder. They do not do the 3-pin connector.
Right, because solder has more power.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's great. I mean, that's cool, but it's like, dang it. For people, I recommend if I don't think Beta FPV would ever like show these videos or look at them or anything like that. They're in China. But if I were to recommend, I would make that like a very urgent message at the top of the screen if anybody was to click on Champion or any drone that requires that. Because I was almost tempted to buy the Champion just because it was the best one. And I would have got it in and we'd be like, oh, let's fly it. And then we'd be like, why ain't it flying? Why ain't the motor spinning? Because I didn't solder them. And I would have been like, oh, crap, And at that point, I wouldn't have had the stuff to solder it. Like, if he didn't get his new solder gun, we would have been stuck with, like, butane soldering guns that just don't really get hot enough to do a fine, it can get it done, but I just don't see where it does a really fine job at soldering something really, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that you want a message there because I think it says it somewhere else anyway, but I mean,
it does tell you if like on Beta FPV, if you scroll down, it gives you all the specifications. It does tell you down there, but like when I first got into it, like I went straight for the Meteor 75 Pro. I didn't even
because it has the
I didn't even look at the list. I was just like, oh, it's cool drone, let me buy it. And then when it came in, there was things I found out about it. I was like, oh, I wish I would have known that. I would have never bought this drone. I would have went for the Air 75 instead. And then that was a quick. Then that was a quick lesson for me to be like, yo, review your stuff before you buy it because there might be something on there you didn't know, and they end up putting you in a bind.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know when I first started, and you started, and we kind of learned some stuff together, and then we met Infinite, and he's taught me a lot of stuff for sure, and then we met Vanek, and he's taught me a lot of stuff. It's like that's why I also like this hobby. It's because of the community. It's like nobody's trying to keep secrets away from you. Everybody wants everybody to be successful and everybody to get out flying, and I like that, man. It's real family oriented.
It really
a lot of hobbies can have some toxic communities or whatever, but this hobby, everybody's friends, everybody's family even.
Right.
Yeah, I failed to find one video where like we're even part of like local groups around here, like Whoop Group and We Bleed FPV. And let's put it this way, they're so serious about the sport. If somebody is gonna down talk or be egoist or toxic, kicked. They're, like you can just go do your own thing. Don't ever ask us for advice. You're done. You just want to be a butthole. You can go look downstream. We don't care.
Yeah, we what is it? Whoop Group did that like Monday. First thing, as soon as I got to work, I saw Whoop Group and they're like, "Listen, guys, this is a community effort for kids, family, for everybody. If there's ever anybody that gets on here and downs anybody again, like we saw yesterday, you'll be immediately kicked." So Yeah, that's what I like. It, man, there's no need to be mean to people. It's like
Yeah.
we're all trying to accomplish the same goal: get out and fly. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm quick to encourage somebody like there's this one guy on Instagram. I think he's probably around your age, Infinite. If I were to take a guess, he's got to be a younger kid, and he's always down in himself. And like he's like, oh yeah, it wasn't smooth enough, this and that. And this dude is like power looping from the bottom floor of a building into a second floor, upside down, flipping over, power looping out of a window, going back to the bottom floor through the next few 3 floors, power looping back. I'm like, I don't care if it wasn't smooth, dog. The crap you just did takes lots of practice, and like, I was like, that was insane. You did really, really well, you know. And he's just like, no, I can get better. I'm like, dude, you
I
got
feel like the pilots on Instagram are always either trying to get the best freestyle lines or make the highest quality cinematic, and then the YouTube pilots are just posting whatever they have. I mean, there's some that are gonna be trying to get those best lines, but I feel like Instagram's where the more toxic community is, honestly.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, well, it's just like that chick we follow. Like,
No,
we won't mention her name.
Yeah.
Let's not mention her name.
Sure.
But there is a girl we follow. I won't give too much details.
Yeah.
But we kind of like watching her flight footage because she is pretty good at doing freestyle and stuff. But it's a lot of her kind of showing a lot of herself provocatively, and it's like,
what are we selling here?
yeah, it's like, are you trying to show your FPV or are you trying to show your BBB? I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not really cool with that. It's like we're both Christian men, and you're a beautiful woman, and you do not have to promote yourself that way. Your talent alone is what got me interested. It's not your looks or what's below the neck that got me interested. So I see what you're saying. Like you said, that was like an Instagram thing. It's for the views. It's for the views. And
Yeah.
I get what you say. It's like, my YouTube ain't for views.
Yeah, my YouTube's just so that I can either share videos or get critique from other pilots.
Right.
Well, it helps to watch other people's videos because if they make a mistake and they mention it in the video, I mean, you can learn from somebody else's mistake without even having to make it. So
Right.
that's it. It helps a lot. I mean,
Right.
I learn from you guys. I watch Infinite's videos. I watch your videos whenever I get home from work and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, okay, I see how you did that. I'm gonna try it like that next time. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe if I try it this way instead of this way. It just helps me decipher and process things in my head of how to do it because when you get out there and get to flying, sometimes it gets so fast paced where you're like, wait a minute, I just did something super cool. How did I do that?
Right.
And that's me.
Well, he knows some of my favorite videos is when guys get like a dual feed and they're showing their hands on the controller.
Right.
Because it's like I pay attention to their hands and what they're doing and how they're flicking and stuff. And that's what taught me a lot about getting the power loops right and doing a trippy spin and split S's and stuff, stuff like that. It was big help when guys actually show their hands while they're doing it.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yes.
Well, you got anything else you want to share, Infinite?
Not really.
I'm gonna let you go. You got anything else you want to share?
I'm good right now. I'm just ready for my motor to come in so I can start flying again.
Yeah.
I'm grounded.
Well, not really. You can fly the Meteor, but the Meteor is starting to run into some motor problems, and I think it's just the dirt that gets in them. It's just causing them to hang up, or I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'll have a motor. I'll go for we was at the park the other day, and I was power looping the gazebo. And whenever I'd come down, you watch the drone just dip off to one side on its own.
Yeah, that one motor was dropping out on you.
Yeah, one motor would just stop and it would crash out. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I have yet to figure out why it's doing that.
All right. Well.
But yeah, man. We appreciate you getting on with us, brother.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good to hear you, man. It's good to hear
Thanks,
from you.
man.
And your advice has been very great. And I know you probably got a few more packs out there you're about to fly. So happy flying.
Yeah.
Man.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right, Infinite. Be good, brother.
Catch you next time.
Yeah.
Bro.
Thanks for watching. Also, please like and subscribe to our channel.